What's going on, guys? It's 7asin, back with another No Man's Sky video. This is the next update. Today I want to look at how to increase your Nanite cluster count. So basically you can do this one of two ways. Both runaway mold and platinum work for this. Either way, you're going to need to set up a base somewhere close by a trading post if you choose to do runaway mold. But once you have that done, you're going to want to put, I believe, 6 to 12 of the mini portable refineries. You can also use the full-size refineries as well. I just find it easier to run around to 12 of the refineries that I have in my base, and then start on the other side. And then once you've gotten through all of them, you can go ahead and pick up the first one you started with, and it'll already be done. And the reason why I have my base set up the way it is because I'm right next to a trading post on one of the planets I've chosen to do this on in a wealthy system. So what that's going to allow me to do is, when ships come in, I'm able to check their inventories and buy runaway mold or platinum. Platinum is the other option you can do to acquire nanite clusters. For the runaway mold, though, you can make it. I believe it requires viscous fluids. Yes, viscous fluids, and you have to refine that down until it's living fluids, and then eventually it'll become the runaway mold as the final one. But after it becomes runaway mold, then you can turn it into nanite clusters. And frequently the ships that fly in do sell it, so you always have a supply there. If not, you just need a small starting amount, and you can actually dupe the materials if need be. If you want to play for immersive reasons, you don't have to do that. It's just in the game. But it does work for nanite clusters as well as units. In my previous video, I went over how to make stasis units using the dupe method, but you don't have to do that. You can buy the runaway mold from trading post, guys. You just have to wait a little bit to collect enough to make several hundred or 1,000 nanite clusters. It does help to have 48 slots on both cargo and on your normal cargo area. But once you do that, you can save up as much as you want and then be able to do a few rounds inside of your base with the refineries and get enough nanite clusters. Everything you need, basically. For the platinum, you can also buy that too. You don't have to buy it from the ship, though. You can also just go to space right outside the planet and shoot the asteroids. That's what I'm doing right now. You can also dupe the platinum, just like everything else in the game, but if for immersive reasons you choose not to dupe, you can just go ahead and go to space right outside and shoot asteroids. I did this in my exotic S-class ship, and I'm probably a little bit of an idiot for doing that, considering these ships don't have any storage room, but this is just an example that I'm just putting on video because this was the ship that I had with me. So I would suggest bringing either a fighter if you don't have the weapon mods, or something with a lot of slots in it like the hauler, although you're going to need a lot of weapon mods for that since it doesn't have damage right off the bat. I just use the photon cannon for this. I don't really think it matters too much. The DPS is good, so, and I have S-class mods for mine, so it doesn't really bother me that much. I can quickly work through the asteroids at the same rate I would on any of my other ship weapons. But yeah, once you do that, you might have to clear your inventory space a couple of times while you're in space, especially if you have a ship similar to mine. But once you do that, you can take the platinum bag down with you, and once you acquire all of the platinum that you need from space, or you know, whatever you're gonna do with it, you can take it back down to the planet and go ahead and put it in your refineries and do the exact same thing you did with your mold. It should work out the exact same way, making your rounds through all of the refineries. You should be able to get several hundred, if not a couple thousand, from each of these, depending on how much you have saved up. Obviously, duping is going to be the fastest method, but you don't have to do that. Like I said, for immersive reasons, you can maintain the legitimacy of the game and buy all of these materials from ships coming in, or you can find them. I'm not entirely sure about the runaway mold, other than finding it at like abandoned bases and stuff like that, or buying the materials like viscous fluids and stuff like that, and then further refining it. And you can buy that from the independent ships. You don't have to get that from the abandoned buildings. You can go ahead and get that from ships as well. So once you have that saved up, you can just make your rounds on the refineries, as I said. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I have. You guys appreciate this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Like I said before in my other videos, I've been trying to do some more No Man's Sky videos as much as I can, trying to get as much content out there for you guys so you have something to watch. So I appreciate you guys watching, and have a great day.
Heat in my vein like vernacular. Cook up the beat with a spatula. Y'all are not ready for action. I'm smoking these rappers and feeling spectacular. Making it killing like massacre. Watch out, I'm whipping my wrist. Right on my city, been pissed, but I show them love. I'm not the one that's at risk.